Singapore households can expect to pay more for their utilities bill in the next quarter. That's because electricity and gas tariffs are at the highest in nearly a decade. But support measures that were announced earlier will help ease the burden on companies and households. Michelle Teo reports.
Turning on household electrical appliances is going to be more expensive in the coming months. For a typical family living in a 4-room public housing flat, their electric bill will go up by an average of about $8.70, while those in executive flats will pay about $12.50 more. These increases are nearly 10% more than the previous quarter. The higher bills are driven by global oil and gas prices, which shot up significantly in recent weeks. Instability over the supply of oil and gas caused by the conflict in Ukraine has further fueled the upward pressure. One analyst expects the war to continue pushing up electricity prices in the short term.
What we can predict as a result of the reorganization of energy supply chains is that Singapore, as well as many other countries, will be having to renew negotiations over contracts that were being put in place at the moment for the supply of oil and gas going forward, and that those who will be supplying oil and gas will be faced with extremely high levels of demand, creating a better bargaining position for themselves, likely to be able to sell the oil and gas they do provide at a higher price and not necessarily needing to prioritize Singapore above anybody else in some regards.
Amid the increasing cost, the Energy Market Authority is extending a scheme that allows businesses to secure fixed-price electricity contracts. The scheme was supposed to end in May, but it has been extended to June. Industry players say this will help firms that typically consume at least 4 megawatt-hour of electricity to better manage their costs. But the looming increase in prices will hit smaller firms that aren't locked in with a fixed contract.
For those who may consume less than 4 megawatt, but they are not in a direct contract relationship. Now that is where they may have to be worried or concerned, because if they are signing a indirect electricity pass-through, let's say from a landlord, then the landlord may have pass-on costs, right, for them. And that's the part that they may have to be more wary about.
Households will also receive quarterly GST voucher U-Save rebates next month. The vouchers are expected to double the previous regular amount, which will offset between 4 and 10 months of utilities bill, depending on the type of public flat.